Did you know that AI can speak like you, think like you, output like you can? We spoke a little bit about it yesterday. So tell me, how did that first function go? Did you enjoy playing with AI and just the wonder of what it could do? Of course, I'm sure you did. Well, today I'm going to get you to teach it how to speak and think like you. So, the first thing that we will be doing today is we're going to go back to Perplexity just because of ease of use. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini. It really doesn't matter. What I do want you to think about for this exercise is that what one thing at this time and age that Perplexity gives you is it allows you to build an agent. Whereas you can kind of get around with other ones to do it, but it cannot build the agent that repeatedly does the same thing, like Perplexity can at the moment. And it is still free. Yes, you can have the pro up version because sometimes you use it so often that it kicks you out, it limits you. But as a beginner, you might find that this is perfectly fine for you right now. I think we all start there, so that's a good thing. So we're going to start off by building our first agent. Now think of an agent as somebody who does a specific job. Like you walk into your office and there's a person that only does social media posts for you. Or there's a person that only does the artwork for you, for your company. Or there's a person. So in other words, they have one specific job. So think of it as an agent. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're creating the agent with very specific rules. And I'm going to make it so easy that it doesn't matter the words you use and fancy jargon and language, that you can build your own agent today. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to share back into our screen, which is wonderful. And now I just want to change the view. And that should be better. Okay, let's just see if we can see into that. There we go. And we're hopping straight into Perplexity. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we need a little bit of an idea of what the person's going to do. So let's say we want somebody to do our social media posts for us. What we can do is we start off and we're going to get it to build the prompt for us. In other words, it's going to tell the agent what to do, but we're going to tell it in our language first. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, hi, Perplexity. I want to build an agent that will help my company. You can put your company's name in, but what we're going to do is leave it for a little bit. I'm going to show you why. Help my company. In brackets, you can put it there. Freedom Hub, all right. With social media marketing. Now, we're going to give it a couple of tasks. Number one, research social media marketing AI agents and what they should do and know. Okay, so we're going to start off with there and we're going to build on this. So if you look, it's doing a little bit of a research in the back. It goes and finds emails. It looks at a whole stack of posts, YouTube clips, and it pulls off. Yeah, and it says, what should the social media marketing AI agent do? Post ideas. So now, if you wanted to, this is really good. So let's have a look. It should content creation and planning, social listing and engagement, audience analysis and personalization, performance analytics, optimize, workflow optimization, crisis management and reputation defense. What should the agent know? Your voice, okay, your brand voice and guidelines, current social media trends, your audience, competition landscape. Oh, so there's a lot of good stuff going on here. So I want to copy this. And for now, what I'm going to do is I am just going to put this in let's just make a new document here. And I'll tell you why I'm going to put this in the background like that. And you see it even references everything that it went and searched on in summary. And it gives you a little summary what it should be doing. There we go. And I'm just going to give it a heading. Social media agent. Okay. So there we go. And let's just say that. Social media agent. There we go. it's saved, we got that information. Now this is great, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, I want to, now my business teaches entrepreneurs AI tools and AI automations. Okay, research all there is to know about what to say on social media about these topics. There we go. And now what I can do is, oh, that's enough for now. Let's just put that out there. You can put anything in here. It could be in your specific line of work. And again, what we're going to do, so time and efficiency gains, transformation one idea into many, and it gives you a whole stack of stuff that people want to really know and talk about. And again, we're just going to copy this, and again, we're just going to put it into, we can even put it into the same document as before. It doesn't matter, or we can create a whole new document. In this case, it doesn't want to open the old document, so let's just do another one. There we go. And yeah, we can say AI and social media. There we go. And we can save it. There we go, like so. Okay, so now we got two very big documents in the back. Now you can make one for your business, what you do, what your business does. And lastly, what we're going to do, and this is something that I did, is I say, I am going to attach a document in that I wrote in my voice and style. All right. And I want you to analyze my style, my tone, and anything else you will need to replicate my voice into my emails, into my social media, right? Social media production. Oh my goodness. That's interesting how I'm spelling today. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach one of my files. Let's just quickly see. Somewhere I've got a book. Blah, 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 blah. Did I pause it? Here you go. I wrote a book called The Gold Beneath Her Skin. Just analyze this, please. Okay, so I don't want this to go and read the book and change a book and all of that. I just wanted to see my voice and style. Oh, and it's going to give us a whole new analysis. So, my writing style, deeply personal, emotional, resonant, transformational, raw, vulnerable, honest, empowering, uplifting, conversational. Okay, now what I want to do, my writing style, I'm just going to copy that. I'm not even going to copy, I'm just going to copy that. And let's just add this to our document. Okay, let's create a new one. Oh my goodness, come on. There we go. Okay, my style and voice. And I'm going to save that. And now I've got 4 documents already. So there's a lot of stuff that they can go on. All right, now here comes the magic. Let's have a look. So I'm going to just take that away. It doesn't have to reference that again. I'm going to say, great. Thank you. Now I want you to create a prompt for an AI agent that will help me create social media posts, refer to all what we spoke of to create this prompt. Okay, You only have 1,500 characters to do this. Now, Perplexity is one thing about Perplexity, it only allows for 1,500 characters to be able to create the agent. But the nice thing is we've got all those extra documents that we're going to be using this. Now look at this. Create a social media post for clear bursts of bold, emotional, resident, and transformational voice. The post should teach entrepreneurs about AI tools or automation that saves time, sparks creativity, or drives business growth. Anchor the message in a real story or relative scenario using metaphors. So yeah, it's gone and it's taken all that information that it needs and it puts it in a post. I'm going to copy this. And here is, it's going to blow you away about how easy it is to actually build an agent. Go to something called Spaces. You'll see I've got quite a few. Go to the plus button. You can do this on your phone. Give it a name. So social media agent, or you can call it anything. And what I want you to do is just post, create a social media post, blah, blah, blah. And I want you to say continue. All right, now when it's finished, you can edit the content, and this is where you're going to add those documents that we just created. In other words, it can now go back and it can reference everything that we have just done and a little bit about Freedom Hub. So here's all the information about Freedom Hub. It puts it in 4 documents into my work. So now when you tell it to do something, not only does it do that, it goes and reads all these documents on your business, your voice style, social media agent, and what it's supposed to do. So it does all of that and it puts it together for you. I can now go out. I just want to see if I actually saved. No, you see, I didn't save it. I did save it. Okay. And now it's there. I can say, please create a social, or let's just say Facebook, because now you can just say Facebook, or you can say Instagram, or you can say LinkedIn. Post calendar. Let's start with a calendar for 30 days in a table format. I like table format. You can do bullet points, you can do it anyway, and let's just see what it does. So we gave it a very basic instruction, but let's see what it does. And it's going to go and research all those documents in the background. It looks at everything, so it does it because I can't do it in a table. I've asked 30 days, not 7. What is a table, I suppose, right? And look at this. Kick off story. The day I stopped being a slave to my inbox. How AI gave me me back my mornings, and what would you do with the extra hour in a day? And it actually gives me a whole thing. And I go, oh, that's fantastic. Great. Make a Facebook post for 2 July. And now it's going to create the post for you. So let's see what it did. Today, I want to take you behind the curtains into a moment that changed my life. So it writes a little post for you. And it writes it the way you would write it and the way you would speak. And then I go, this is great. Thank you. Remember, you need hashtags. Hashtags. Okay. Now let's say, because this is something that we recognize it needs hashtags. So what I do is I go back and I go back into the actual space. Here we go back. Oops, not that one. We go back into the settings of this agent and I say, remember, we need hashtags for each post. There we go. Now you can add things like it needs a call to action, which I think was in there anyway. But now we can go back to our old post because it gives it to you. There you go. So we can ask it to rewrite and you can even choose down, like see what Gemini does it or ChatGPT. I'm going to keep with ChatGPT. I just want to see if it put in those hashtags for us. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, there you go. It's in. So now I copy it. I paste it into Facebook, but I'm not finished. I say, this is great. Create a picture of my post in a photo realistic style. Showing or showcasing the post in colors. Now, these are my colors: navy, olive green, gold, and charcoal. Use freedomhub.io in the picture. Now let's see what happens here. Can it create a good picture for you that you could use in your Facebook post? And it is going to start thinking up magic. Now I must say, I love Perplexity's pictures. ChatGPT uses Dolly. Dolly's come a far way, but it's okay. And Gemini is also very good, but sometimes Perplexity just does more magic with my images, and that's why I currently like them so much. But it takes a little while to generate this picture for you. You can then copy or download the picture and put it in your post. And guess what? You have done all the work just like that. You built an agent in the background, and now you can just go in and say, do 3 July, do 4 July. And now you can even start scheduling posts ahead of time. So what you might have sat for hours trying to think of one post, you're literally taking minutes. Yes, it took a little while for you to build your agent, but you know what? You building an agent just saved you a lot of times further on. Look at this. AI automation is freeing up time for entrepreneurs. Isn't that lovely? What an awesome post. Now, if you don't like that, you can just use a picture, but it did the actual post, or you can post it just like this. And that's what you can do. You can regenerate it. You can say, I don't like this picture. I just want the picture. I don't want the name. I don't want the like comments. I just want the picture. And you can regenerate it and do it again. But it gives you an idea. So I'm so happy to be able to share this with you because I know that if you have an agent, you can have an agent for anything. You can have one for emails, writing emails. You can have one for your social media. You can have one for I had a very complicated one, which I'll show you later, on how to build a more complicated one that actually works stuff out for you and writes emails according to what it's worked out, which is fantastic. But what it does is, yes, it took you a few minutes to build this agent, but now you literally say next post on, or you can say, I want to post about, boom, and it just writes it for you. Make a picture, boom, it does it for you. That's the kind of way that you can think ahead. Now, if all the admin and little tasks are taken up and all these things are just sorted out for you, what are you going to do with your extra time? Do you now have time to start thinking about the business and the business vision and how to grow it, which you can use AI too for, which we'll get to in another lecture. I'm super excited about today. Comment below and tell us about the progress and what agent you built. We can't wait to see. See you soon.